Hello, it's Sonia here with A Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. So today is Tuesday, and that means it's Tunisian Tuesday. So I am going to be using my K-hook or 6.5mm hook, and I have worsted weight yarn, and this is going to be a stitch pattern. It was inspired by a knitting stitch pattern, but I did change it around a little bit to work with Tunisian crochet, and I really like this one. I think it's really fun. It's not too hard to do. Alright, so I've already gotten started and I've worked my chain, so what you need to do is just chain an even number. So I chained 14 here, and we're going to work our row 1 like we normally do. We're going to work in that back bump and the second bump from the hook and just pull up loops. So this is our forward pass. So if you've never done Tunisian crochet, I do have a playlist that goes over the basics plus other stitch pattern tutorials and some projects. So with Tunisian crochet, each row is worked in 2 parts. So this is the forward pass where we are putting our stitches on our hook, and then the second part of the row is the return pass where we take the stitches off of our hook, and each part makes 1 row. Okay, so I have 14 loops on my hook, so I'm going to work these off. So we're going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the row. Alright, so there is row 1. Okay, so let's begin row 2. Row 2, we're going to work a purl row, so our yarn's in front. Insert our hook in that vertical bar and work the purl stitch. And if you don't know how to do the purl stitch, that is in the playlist. And I consider it a basic stitch. If you know how to do Tunisian simple, Tunisian purl, Tunisian knit, you can pretty much do any type of stitch pattern. Okay, and then that last stitch that looks like a chain, we insert our hook in there. Yes, we are. Pull up our loop and we work off our loops like we did row 1, and I still have 14 loops. So whatever you chained is how many loops will be on your hook. So I'm just working my return pass by yarning over, pulling through 1, and then yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the row. Okay, so there we go. There is row 2. So let's begin row 3. So row 3 is where it gets a little interesting with this stitch pattern. So we are going to knit 2 together or do a decrease stitch all the way across until we get to our last stitch. So how I like to do my knit together or decrease stitch would be our decreasing. I insert my hook in Tunisian simple in that first bar, and then in the next stitch I put my hook through like I'm working a knit stitch and then pull up a loop. And I'm going to do that across. And we're not, usually when we do this, we do our decrease stitch unless we're doing shaping, but if we're not, this is worked in rows, then we usually put stitches back on so that we have the same amount of loops on our hook that we started with, but we are not for this particular row. So this is what makes it unique. So I'm just working that knit, decrease, or together stitch all the way across. And now I have 1 stitch left, that last stitch, and I pull up a loop. So obviously I do not have my 14 loops on my hook. I have 8 loops. So how many stitches you should have on your hook with this particular row? So the middle of these 2 stitches on the end are I call them the bookend stitches, and then the stitches in the middle make up the pattern. So in the middle we would have 12 stitches, so we did decrease across, so now I have 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I count my 2 bookend stitches and I have 8 loops together. We're going to yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the row. Okay, so you can see it kind of pulls in the work a little bit, but that's all right. We're good. Okay, so we're going to work row 4. So we're going to work a Tunisian knit in the first stitch, pull up a loop. Now in this space here, so you can see that space, we're going to insert our hook in that space and pull up a loop. So now we're going to be putting these stitches back on. So then I will have 14 at the end of the row. So my next vertical bar, work Tunisian knit, pull up a loop, then in that space, go in there, pull up a loop. So just do that across. Okay, so here's this space here, pull up a loop, then in that stitch that looks like a chain, pull up a loop. So now we should have 14 loops again. And we do. So let's work these off. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2 for the rest of the row. All right, so we have worked row 4. So we have one more row for this particular stitch pattern. So row 5, we are going to work Tunisian knit all the way across. So just insert your hook in there, pull up a loop. So with Tunisian knit, you're going through that vertical bar. And it's called Tunisian knit because if you did every row Tunisian knit, it has a similar look to the regular knit stitch in knitting. And then in that last stitch that looks like a chain, pull up a loop and then work your return pass. So what you want to do for this stitch pattern is you're going to be repeating rows 2 through 5 for however long you want your swatch. And then you do want to end on a row 2. So your last row of however long you want to do this will be the purl row. And then we will do the bind off. All right, so here is my swatch. I worked 22 rows and I really like this stitch. Even though like the rows go in a little bit, that one with the together row, it still comes out the edges pretty straight. And it lays relatively flat, which is nice. The purl rows definitely help with that. So as you can see, I ended on a purl row, so let's do the bind off. So we're just going to do the traditional bind off, working in Tunisian simple. And if you're not familiar with binding off, that just helps your Tunisian project to look its best. And if you don't know how to bind off, I do have that in the playlist. It's basically working a slip stitch, and you always want to make sure that you don't do your bind off too tight. Just like when you're binding off in knitting, it's easy to have your bind off row be a little too tight, and that can mess up your work. So you want to do the same thing with Tunisian crochet. Just be a little bit more relaxed. All right, so there we go. And I do really like this stitch. I think it's really fun. Let me show you the knit stitch that inspired me. So here is the knit version. I did change it around just a touch, so it definitely doesn't look like the knit version. But I took some aspects of this stitch pattern and then just kind of did my own thing with Tunisian crochet. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. And I did make another swatch using an eye hook, and worsted weight yarn. So this is worsted weight yarn. Actually, I feel like it's a slightly heavier, maybe more like an Aran weight, so a number 5. But this one is number 4 yarn, and I used an eye hook or a 5.5 millimeter hook, so you can definitely see the difference. But it looks pretty with this yarn and that hook size as well. And I wanted to see how it looked in a larger hook and slightly thicker yarn. And again, I really like it. I think it's a fun stitch and works up pretty quickly. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.